Hi, I'm Nari Nanda, and this is Hustling from Home. Today, we'll be talking about human resources and how different companies are continuing to hire people using ZingHR, a tech venture accelerated at Microsoft, which now works with moving operations that human resources officers have had to do manually in the past online through artificial intelligence and deep algorithms. I have with me today Mr. Prasad Rajappan, who is the founder of ZingHR. Thank you for joining us, Prasad.
So, what operations in your company used to involve physical interactions between people before the lockdown began?
So we are like Larry said, as you know, we are ZingHR. We are into HR platform and services company. So what we used to do is offer this platform to the customers. We used to go down to the customer's place for implementation, or the sales team used to go and give demos to the CEOs of the companies. And we also do payroll outsourcing for large companies. So out of the 400 people, at least about 100 people used to go out and talk to people and do the implementations and all, which now is like fully work from home. And then we
Yeah,
had about 150 developers who used to come to office, develop the softwares. There was an innovation team, there's a data scientist and all. And they used to come and work in the office in across about 6 cities: Mumbai, Delhi, Pune, Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad. And interaction used to be all human. Yeah, it's all physical interactions were there.
so how is that different now? How are your employees still continuing to do these things without meeting?
So I think what happened is, luckily for us, even 1 week before the lockdown, somehow as a leadership team, we said that I think there will be some lockdown happening. So we had done 3 BCP drills. So currently, all our 365 employees are working from home. With, I think, efficiency gone up by about 50%. So it's about 150%. We are all working more efficiently.
Wow, that's fantastic.
And I think the collaborations, all of a sudden we realized the collaboration has improved. Earlier there used to be functional boundaries, because functional boundary was defined by which office are you working. You are in Delhi or Mumbai, there's a huge functional mental boundary. Okay? Or there's a product team and the sales team, there used to be a boundary, because that is all on the mind, though some were physical or not. And all of a sudden in this lockdown, we are seeing that those boundaries has vanished. All of a sudden, all of the entire company is focused on one outcome: how do I take care of my customers' needs? You know? And while internally we all focus on how do I take care of my employees. So I think very happy to say, and I think that is a way human race is, I think, tuned to. We all rise up to the occasion, and when there's a crisis or there's a constraint, we all gear up and then say that's how we are going to do. So it's going on great for us now.
That is true. That is very true. So, how do you think these current realizations that you're actually more efficient while working from home will impact your future operations?
So, like I said, first of all, what has happened is one thing which hit us very positively while we were doing HR platform and services and all. During this lockdown, we realized the biggest concern for people is business and the people. Yeah, and for us, we almost became an essential commodity. We became an essential service. So the huge pressure on us to take care of the employees of the companies. Yeah, I think what is going to happen is things are definitely changed, not even going to change. So we are also thinking, why should we have an office to actually go and sit there? Why can we not work from home situations? Having said that, we also want to moderate whether this will continue, because today people are locked in home, so they don't have any option. They just still have to continue working. Will that happen in the future? We don't know. Will the family allow you to be 24 hours at home and keep on doing Teams meeting and all? We don't know. So I think we are trying to track a balance. We are doing surveys. We have done enough surveys with people to understand how they're feeling. We almost have a weekly survey to check people whether they're happy, their health, the family's health. I think so. I think we're trying to find out what will work. I'm sure we are coming out something which could turn out to be very good for the company as well as the customers, as well as the customer.
Okay, so what about other human resources companies or HR departments within companies? What changes do you think have come in their operations ever since this lockdown began?
So I think like I always say, the first reaction for any company was to care. Are my people safe and all this? And I think that the caring has to happen. The second thinking, how is my business going to be continuous? Is my business going to run properly? And as the people has to come. And what both this has brought in is the collaboration between people, employees and employers both. Like I was telling someone, companies have started showing more empathy to employees and really bothered to find out what they're doing. And the employees also started looking more about the company and starting appreciating that companies are going through a tough time, customers not paying, or a lot of customers shut down and all. First week was tough, even for us to convince some people that we are seeing a lot of challenges ahead. People think normally we have the feeling, right? It happened somewhere else, not for me. That feeling was there. But then as we moved, people saw a lot of our leadership came and showed to people that things have really changed dramatically. The Italy thing really hit people up very hard. And thankfully, I think India as a country and we as companies really responded to it very fast.
Okay, so you've told me about a lot of good things that have come for your company out of this. What are some of the challenges you've experienced besides not being able to meet your clients in person, of course?
I think what is happening is a lot of our companies, so we work across verticals. We do manufacturing, we do BFSI, we do pharma, we do hospitality, we do QSR. And if all of a sudden someone like who's in retail, they're shut down. They can't open their retail stores or food chains. They are zero, becoming business is zero. So we had gone ahead and given a lot of comfort to them, saying, "Don't worry, we are with you." And we have given some discounts to people. We have said. We realized at this time all the HR managers were stressed. Like I said, they want to connect, they want to care. So on our own, as an industry player, we are there for last 8-10 years. We already had this work from home features. We quickly made like geofencing and time sheets or multi-level help desk. The employees can raise the queries in whatever language, even they are like migrants. Push notification to tell people that this is happening in the company. There are surveys we have done to companies. Learning and skill has become learning a platform as we have given this. All these 12 features we are giving it free to customers for about 3 months. Yeah. And surprised to see not only our existing companies coming forward, a lot of potential companies coming up. Can you take? First of all, they're not believing that we are giving it free. They, as a human tendency, they think there must be some hidden agenda.
Right.
Our philosophy has been whether it's business, we will take up later on. Whether it translates into business is not our concern right now. The concern is if we can play a small role in easing out the stress of people. We are not doctors, we are not nurses, we are not policemen, we are not parent forces who are actually risking their lives in the front end and taking care of the country. So we see this as an opportunity. At least we are able to play a small role in making life easy for the employees and the corporates. And I think and we're getting a lot of gratitude and a lot of positive vibes from the customers.
Yeah.
Which is keeping us going. For example, my implementation tech team are, like I was saying, we are almost 200% working now. My tech team worked till late night 2 o'clock to keep these things up and running.
That's fantastic.
Nobody's complaining. Nobody's complaining whether it's a Saturday or a weekday or we work for 14 hours. Nobody's complaining. That's the best part of. I think happy to have such a lovely team which you are not even grumbling that we are stressing, and all of them are feeling proud. We are able to do something back to the society.
That's really wonderful. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about what the impact of this lockdown and people working from home, as well as different companies shutting down altogether for the duration of the lockdown. What has the impact been on the revenue of your company?
Revenue for us company, I think we will have, like I said, because we are an essential commodity. Fortunately, people are not seeing as a luxury.
Yeah.
They have to, in fact, people have been come back and said, can you process my payroll in advance? Can you pay my people on reimbursements? Can you, like we work for a pharma company. In the last 1 year, they have created 30 courses. In the last 15 days, they have created 272 courses on the learning course. So, and there's a load on the server, then there are problems and they're coming back and we are resolving. The fact is, things are going to change for everyone. It would be foolish to saying whether, irrespective of which vertical you are, it's going to impact. For us, like I said, we are fortunate because customers are treating us as an essential commodity. They know that we are, in fact, they're coming with more demands with us, unlike in other segments. So, and we have been fortunate enough to have a lot of customers. We have got customers who called up and have paid in advance. Okay, yeah, there are some very good customers. They have said, like people used to say, after every month, there are a lot of customers, large customers, a couple of banks and BFSIs, home finance companies said we'll pay in advance because we know you are under stress. So,
Right.
so I'm not sure about the outside world, but we are quite done. We have been able to close deals during this time. So even our board was thinking this could be a slowdown, but I think we are getting a lot of people wanting to close deals because they are realizing that this is the best time to implement HR systems and keep it there. So we're also going back to telling people that we can help you to reduce your fixed cost and convert it to variable. Okay, so that single mantra is now catching up, saying, how do I in the future, this is a once in a century phenomenon, but how do I in the future make my business more nimble and agile?
Okay.
We are saying we are the trusted partner for it. So I think we are enjoying the time. We are on one side you are so unhappy or we are dissatisfied that there's a lot of people are going through this pain. But I think as always say, we need to be optimistic that things are going to improve.
Yeah.
Compared to the other countries, I think India is still doing a good job. All the state and central governments are doing their good job. Citizens by and large are following what the dictums are there. So I'm very happy to see a lot of discipline in India. While we may have TV shows showing some, crowds and all, but I think by and large, India as a country has responded very positively.
So do you think these changes that you're mentioning will be there in the long term, or will they fade out after the lockdown ends?
See, I think economically we'll be there for 5-6 months, 1 year. It will taper down. I have got to believe that Indians, while people always say Indians do jugaad, all those things, but I think that is one characteristic, not jugaad from a negative perspective. The real entrepreneurship in India will come up. I think a lot of, like you said, de-urbanization will happen. Which a lot of entrepreneurs will now also stick to their villages and create some ecosystem there. Okay, so we've always gone by industrialization means factories and large organizations. I could see a lot of micro companies, SMBs coming out fast. People want to be self-sufficient. Like in the prehistoric hundreds of years back, in the same village, you had vegetables, you had cows and milk, everything you are self-contained. You don't have to depend on someone else.
Yeah,
you're already seeing that will happen. Impact on the industry will remain. I think it's nothing less than a year. We'll have an impact happening there. But whether, if you ask me, like a lot of people believe, India will be one of the countries which will bounce up very fast. Because we are used to such calamities. We are used to similar things.
Right. We're resilient.
I was telling India's the COVID ratio is 0.001% of the population. Don't compare the absolute numbers. So the people impacted, not even the death rate is only 0.001%. Saying trying to get solace out of that. So Indians will be responsive. You'll find a lot of entrepreneurs coming. A lot of mid-sized entrepreneurs coming is what I would think.
And how can your company and other HR companies and the industry as a whole across India really bolster this increase in entrepreneurship that we're expecting to see?
So I think, like I said, HR is no longer going to be belonging to a department. Earlier HR department. I think HR will become a trait in each manager, each CEO. Okay, and players like us, there are many such players who are doing wonderful things. Technology will be embedded into making more from less. Okay, so be it geofencing or be it timesheets, be it learning. See, learning is single one thing which will upskill our entire economy. All of a sudden, and like we have the entire learning on the mobile in say 26 languages. Okay, so all of a sudden, if you see people who are even migrants who are left with no job, all of a sudden will want to upskill themselves. And people like us, to answer your question, people like us who are providing learning solutions or HR tech solutions will fill in the gap. Some of them will do it at a very Indian rates, or do that. And I think you'll see a lot of upskilling happening in this country. I've seen, just imagine a driver, like my driver is, we are paying the salary, but he's not there for, is sitting at home for 1 month, or your housemates, or the farmers, all of them will now start thinking, what else can I do? I can't depend upon one skill. I can't depend upon only one source of revenue, because this has taken up. This has taken up the entire thing. We as companies are thinking, what are alternatives? Like there was an article saying Mahindra has taken the opportunity of making ventilators. Okay, so I think there are umpteen number of cases where people have pivoted on the business. Okay, we are working on a couple of companies, a couple of thought processes. How do we pivot there? And I think each individual and somebody who can change in this environment will survive. Somebody who doesn't will have a lot of problems.
So would it be right to say then that we're expecting to see a significant amount of collaboration and mostly support coming in through different industries for individuals across socioeconomic boundaries?
People have realized that's the only way.
Yeah.
What it has also done is broken the caste and level system. Today, your for example, the security guy in our building doesn't go home, and we from the apartments are providing that person food by turn. So all of a sudden we realized Corona is a big leveler, and whether you're a high flyer or multimillionaire, or you're staying in normal slums,
Right.
Different shape. So I've been speaking to a lot of people. They said it's a big leveler. You're fighting an invisible battle. You don't know whom are you fighting.
Yeah.
And that makes us so powerless actually. Then to rebound saying, then if this has happened, what do I do? I think collaboration is the key. Being compassionate is the key. Being empathy is the key. Enhancing your skills is the key. I think these are a couple of things which is a no-brainer now. I don't think you have to convince anyone.
Yeah.
Kids sitting at school, or kids or housewives or entrepreneurs, doctors, everyone's life is just changing. And I'm thinking it's a leave about the collateral damage, but I think as a human race, it is good for us. All of a sudden, we realize we have a lot of time, we have a lot of things which we are ignoring, and we're running out of something. So I think in that sense, that's a positive part. And I always, as an individual, believe human being always grow because of constraints. Okay, human race has grown because of constraints. Because of the environment. So right from prehistoric days, you put a constraint for a human being and they will grow. They will beat the constraint and grow. And I think this will not be different this time.
So in your experience at ZingHR then, have you faced such a similar situation where you have seen massive development in people?
I think this is, like I said, when there's a external force, people unite. It's like when there's a war, everyone unites. Okay? This is a war against mankind. So everybody is united. I don't think even one generation back, I was talking to my uncle who was 84. He said he has never seen such things, though it was epidemic, and also because of the media and the news, people are aware what is happening. So I don't think last two generations have seen such a massive change happening. Like I said, what will happen is, like I was telling my kids, each one of us has to start spending 20% less on non-essentials. Okay, if you do that, you can build 80% for your essentials. You can save for that. Be it time. Now I'm not talking just money. Be it time. Be it your thought process. Be it your the relationships. Be it creating value for the society. If you can just take care of those 20%, you can get 80% of outcomes. And I'm quite excited about what things are happening. Leave aside the damage happening to the humankind. That is very, very sad. But I think other thing I think we'll have to take it in our stride and move.
Yeah, we have to be optimistic. Look at the bright outcomes coming of this. Definitely. All right. Well, that's all the questions I have. Do you have anything you'd like to say to our viewers?
Well, like I said, we need to be positive about what things are happening. Like I always telling people, even at the start of the time, I said, you can't control corona. All that you can do is to improve your resistance. That is in your
Right.
control. We can't control whether there is a virus coming to your house or somebody is moving. All
Yeah.
that you can do is actually within your control, increase your resistance. Increase the resistance by the right thought process, right cleaning practices, taking the some of those traditional health medicines, whether it's honey, ginger, whatever. I think that is within our control. When other things are not your control, you can to some extent you can control. Beyond that, you can't control. Right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, people take charge of your life, take care of others, leave aside, collaborate, and create some, and let us conquer the corona.
It's very profound. Thank you so much, Prasad. Thank you for this interview. Do take care.
All right, well, thank you so much for that, Prasad. Thank you for joining us and sharing your input with us. And to all of you out there, stay safe, stay informed, and keep hustling.